Your knees hurt. Not always. Not every second. But enough that you think about it. Before you stand up. Before you take the stairs. Before you decide whether to go for that walk or just stay sitting. And somewhere along the way, you started telling yourself a story. That this is just what 60 feels like. That the body breaks down. That pain is the price of getting older. But that story is wrong. Not slightly wrong. Completely wrong. Because the research, actual clinical trials with real people your age, show something that sounds almost too good to be true. When people in their 60s and 70s start giving their knees the right kind of input, pain doesn't just improve, it often drops fast, within weeks, sometimes within the first 7 days. Not because of a pill, not because of surgery, because the body at 60 is still wired to adapt, and most people have never given it the chance. The question isn't whether your knees can get better. The question is whether you'll give them what they're actually asking for. In this video, you'll find out exactly what that is. And as always, this is educational content, not personal medical advice. If you have severe pain, recent surgery, or any concerns, please check with your doctor or physiotherapist first. So let's start where the problem actually lives, inside the joint itself. Most people assume knee pain after 60 is wear and tear, cartilage breaking down, age doing its thing. Nothing to be done. That's only part of the story. Yes, with age, cartilage can thin, ligaments stiffen slightly, and the synovial fluid inside the joint, the natural lubricant that cushions every step and feeds the cartilage, decreases in volume and changes in quality. Think of synovial fluid like the oil in a car engine. It reduces friction, absorbs shock, and carries nutrients directly into the cartilage, which has no blood supply of its own. When that fluid becomes less effective, stiffness increases, especially after rest. That's why the first steps out of bed feel the worst. But the bigger driver of knee pain after 60 isn't age, it's inactivity. Movement is what pumps synovial fluid through the joint. Movement is what keeps the muscles around the knee strong enough to absorb force before it ever reaches the joint surface. When people move less as they get older, the joint gets less lubrication, the muscles weaken, and the knee ends up taking loads it was never designed to handle alone. Clinical studies show that people with chronic knee pain have up to 40% less strength in their thigh and hip muscles compared to pain-free adults of the same age. When those muscles stop absorbing shock, the joint takes every step as impact. And here's the part that changes everything. Muscle weakness is not permanent. Even in adults in their 70s and 80s, consistent low-impact training has been shown to rebuild strength and reduce knee pain significantly, within weeks, not months. Your knees aren't broken. They're under-supported, and that's something you can change. There are 3 specific levers that make this happen. The first one takes less than 2 minutes, but most people never do it. Before you put full weight on your knees in the morning, give the joint time to wake up. After a night of sleep, your body is mildly dehydrated. Synovial fluid is thicker and less effective. Ligaments are cool and stiff. When you stand up and immediately start walking, you're loading a joint that isn't ready. That's where a lot of that startup pain comes from. 2 to 3 minutes of gentle, pain-free movement before you stand changes that. Movement pumps synovial fluid across the cartilage surface, warms the surrounding tissues, and tells your nervous system, we're moving now, not in danger. While still sitting on the edge of the bed or in a chair, slowly slide your feet back and forth, bending and straightening your knees in a comfortable range. 20 to 30 smooth repetitions. No force, no pain, just movement. Then circle your ankles, 10 times each direction. 2 minutes before you stand. In clinical research, this kind of low-load repetitive joint movement has been shown to reduce stiffness and improve early morning function in people with knee osteoarthritis. Done consistently, it changes how every step of your day feels. Once you've got that morning habit in place, the second lever is where the real transformation happens. And it's the one most people avoid because they're afraid exercise will make the pain worse. The research says the opposite. Multiple randomized controlled trials confirm that strengthening the quadriceps, the large muscle group on the front of your thigh, significantly reduces knee pain and improves daily function in people with knee osteoarthritis. One 8-week strengthening program produced clear improvements in pain, function, and quality of life compared to a control group. Another study using isometric quadriceps exercises reported better strength, less pain, and improved knee function after just 5 weeks. Some trials found measurable pain reductions after only 1 week. A stronger quadriceps acts like an internal brace, absorbing force before it reaches the joint surface, so the cartilage is no longer taking the full impact of every step. 3 movements target exactly this. Quad. Tightening. Sit in a chair or lie on your back. Gently press the back of your knee toward the floor and tighten your thigh muscle. Hold for 5 to 10 seconds. Relax. 10 repetitions per leg. No bending, no compression, just muscle activation. Straight leg raise. Lie on your back, one knee bent, one leg straight. Tighten the thigh of the straight leg, slowly lift it until both knees are level. Hold 3 seconds. Lower with control. 10 repetitions per side. This isolates the quadriceps without loading the joint, the same exercise used in rehabilitation after knee surgery. Sit to stand from a chair. Sit on the edge of a sturdy chair, feet flat, slightly wider than hip width. Arms crossed over your chest. Press through your feet and slowly stand. Then lower yourself back down under control. 8 to 10 repetitions, 3 sets. This trains the quadriceps, glutes, and balance simultaneously, all the systems that protect your knee in real daily life. Aim for 3 to 5 sessions per week, 10 to 15 minutes per session. That's the dose the clinical trials used, and it produced real results. The third lever isn't a single exercise. It's the environment you create around your joints every day. Hydration first. Synovial fluid is a water-rich solution, and mild dehydration, even overnight, makes it thicker and less effective. A glass of water before anything else in the morning and regular hydration throughout the day supports the fluid balance your joints depend on. Then movement breaks. Every 30 to 60 minutes of sitting, stand up, move your knees and ankles, take a few steps. Even 60 seconds resets the joint environment, keeps fluid circulating, keeps muscles from switching off. And finally, consistent daily activity. Research shows that combined programs, gentle walking plus targeted strengthening, produce better outcomes than either approach alone in older adults with knee osteoarthritis. Short walks, gentle cycling, daily movement. Because joints respond to repetition, not intensity. Put it all together, and the daily plan looks like this. Every morning, before you stand, 2 to 3 minutes of seated knee bends and ankle circles. 3 to 5 times per week, 10 to 15 minutes of quad tightening, straight leg raises, and sit to stands. Every day, water first thing, movement breaks every 30 to 60 minutes, and a short walk whenever you can. Follow this for 4 weeks. Based on the clinical evidence, many people notice easier walking, less startup pain, and more confidence on stairs within that window. Some notice changes in the first week. Once you hit 60, accidental movement is no longer enough. The body needs deliberate input. But that means your pain isn't random bad luck. It's shaped by inputs you control. When lubrication movements, targeted strength, daily activity, and basic hydration are present consistently, synovial fluid moves more freely, muscles absorb more of the load, and the joint experiences less stress with every step. Clinical trials in people your age show that when these signals are present, pain and stiffness move in one direction. Down. Knee pain fades not because of luck, but because you created the conditions where your body had no choice but to adjust, whether you like it or not.